Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business News Afternoon Report for Friday, the 6th of September 2024. I'm Michael Thompson. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about, so let's get going. Story number 1, the S&P ASX 200 closed up 0.4% today to 8,013 points, clawing back a few of the losses from earlier this week. Utilities and consumer discretionary stocks had a strong day, but financials were at the top, meaning it was all about the banks. Commonwealth Bank, Westpac, ANZ and NAB were all up 1.4% or more. Resources, metal and mining and materials were the worst performers, with oil prices hitting a 14-month low. Leading the declines were Whitehaven Coal, Liontown Resources and Mineral Resources. BHP, Rio Tinto and Fortescue also dipped over the day. Woodside Energy has become a new target for short sellers, with the Financial Review reporting it attracted $200 million in short positions over August. Shorts now total about $650 million in the business. Shares were down 3.9% today. Later tonight, worth mentioning, the US is releasing a critical jobs report, which is being awaited by investors as a significant indicator of how the US economy is faring and how the Federal Reserve might act. This will most likely affect markets into next week. On to story number 2. It's not a bad time to be an Aussie banker. This week marked Australia's biggest week of 2024 for mergers and acquisitions activity so far, and in fact, the best week in a number of years. The Financial Review cited data from Dealogic, which calculated that when divestitures are included, the volume hit $25.9 billion, or the biggest week since 2021 for deal making. Now, this doesn't even include REA Group's potential takeover of UK real estate portal Rightmove, which could be worth $9 billion or more. That was discussed through the week, but it does include some of the major deals that we have been discussing on Fear and Greed, including AirTrunk's $24 billion deal and Aurora's sale of its US packaging business for $1.78 billion. On to story number 3 now, and the rental boom might soon be over. New data from CoreLogic shows the peak of rent growth might have passed, with the annual change in unit rents easing from 14% in the year to April at its peak to 6.7% over the year to August. For houses, the peak was in the 12-month to September 2021 at 10.8%, and it's now at 7.8%. CoreLogic's National Rent Index has overall eased to 7.2% on an annual basis, marking the lowest rate since May 2021 for all dwellings combined. Perth and Adelaide are still surging, but even in those two cities, there is a sign of a slowdown. And Sydney marked the first fall in rent prices in the 3 months to August since October 2020, when lockdowns kicked in. Hobart and Canberra are also slipping lower. Story number 4 today, Donald Trump is promising to slash the US corporate tax rate to 15% if he wins the November presidential election. At the moment, the tax rate is 21%, meaning this would be a significant reduction for big businesses. But there's a catch. He's only going to offer this reduction for companies making goods locally, saying that if a company chooses to outsource, offshore, or replace American workers, they will not be a recipient of these benefits. He's also promising to reduce red tape. It does pose a bit of a challenge, though, because small private businesses face tax rates of up to 37%. And there may be criticisms relating to fairness or calls to reduce these rates too. And the US is having to handle big deficits. Kamala Harris has pitched an increase in the corporate tax rate to 28%. And finally, story number 5, what do you make of this one? Legal experts are suggesting Virgin Australia breached employees' privacy after a critical Fair Work Commission decision. The Commission recently decided to overturn the sacking of a crew member. One of the complaints against the crew member was that he organised a hookup on dating app Grindr when staying in a Brisbane hotel. And the catch is, though, that he asked for a roster amendment for an afternoon flight due to fatigue. Now, Virgin investigated the claim, and as part of this, the airline requested CCTV footage from the hotel and also swipe card details. This revealed that the crew member returned with a guest to his hotel room at around 5 o'clock in the morning, with the guest then leaving around 9 a.m. While Fair Work made no reference to the CCTV access in its decision, employment lawyers and academics told The Guardian that it may well be a problem under the Privacy Act, while others have said it raises quite complex legal issues. Virgin says it accessed the material lawfully. And that's it for the afternoon report for Friday, the 6th of September 2024. We'll be back tomorrow morning with the weekend edition of Fear and Greed. I'm Michael Thompson. Enjoy your evening.